In today's video, I'll be revealing the 8 specific purchases that separate financially secure retirees from those who struggle with money throughout their golden years. Through working with hundreds of clients across different wealth levels, and as I shared my book, The Red Zone Retirement Plan, retirement financial success has less to do with how much you saved and more to do with what you choose to buy once you've stopped working. That's exactly why I created the Red Zone retirement planning process, because the years right before and right after retirement are filled with critical decisions that either protect or destroy your financial future. So in this video today, we're going to break down the 8 common purchases that often wreck retirement plans, how to avoid these mistakes, and most importantly, how to shift into a mindset that allows you to enjoy a secure and stress-free retirement. Let's dive right into it. Let's start with a fundamental truth. Most people don't go broke in retirement because they didn't save enough. They go broke because they didn't spend right. Wealthy retirees get it. They understand that once the paychecks stop, every dollar has a job. It's not about how much you have. It's about how wisely you use what you've built. I talk about this extensively in my book. Retirement is more about a distribution strategy than accumulation. If you overspend in retirement, even by just 10 to 15%, it can shorten your financial runway by years. The stress-free retirees that I work with, they have a plan for where every dollar goes. They don't just guess. They don't wing it. They track, they adjust, and they prioritize value over vanity. Now, let me walk you through these 8 purchases that tend to sabotage retirement wealth and how you can avoid each and every one. Purchase number 1, brand new luxury vehicles. This is a big one. The average new car depreciates by up to 20% in the first year. And when you add on a luxury brand, you're paying extra for features that you might not ever use, all while draining capital that could be and should be generating income for you. Wealthy retirees understand the concept of opportunity cost. A $1,000 monthly car payment is $12,000 a year, not earning interest for you. And that might mean delaying your dream vacation or taking on more risk in your portfolios than your investment strategy should dictate. And that might mean delaying a dream vacation or taking on more risk inside of your investments. So how do you avoid it? Instead of buying new, buy a reliable used vehicle. Focus on transportation, not the impression that you're going to leave behind. In our Red Zone retirement planning process, we build a car replacement strategy into our plan so that it's part of the income need that you have, and it's not a budget breaker. And remember, comfort in retirement comes from financial stability, not heated leather seats. Purchase number 2, oversized homes in expensive locations. Your home may be your castle, but castles are expensive to heat, cool, maintain, insure, and of course you have taxes on those as well. Poor retirees often cling to large homes out of emotional attachment, but those oversized properties can cost $2,000 to $4,000 a month in these things that I just spoke about. That's money that could otherwise provide income for you, pay for your travel, or even give you security for your healthcare needs. So how do you overcome it? Start by asking yourself, who am I keeping this home for? If the kids are grown and gone, it might be the right time to downsize. Retirees, wealthy retirees, often downsize or relocate to tax-friendly states. I love to walk clients through in our planning process how to downsize when it's not scaling back. It's not scaling back. It's strategically aligning your lifestyle with your financial goals. This should be part of your retirement income planning process. The third purchase, frequent expensive travel and vacations. This one hits close to home. Many retirees say, I've earned this, I deserve it. And trust me, you have. But if you burn through $25,000 a year on first-class travel and luxury cruises, you could be accelerating your portfolio drawdown. Here's the shift. Plan travel like you planned your career. In our process, we map out your go-go, slow-go, and no-go retirement years. We budget travel for each phase so you can enjoy your freedom without fearing that you're going to run out of money. A luxury trip should enhance your retirement, not become a financial hangover. Now that you understand these wealth-destroying purchases, fill out the questionnaire in the description, and I'll personally send you a video analyzing your specific situation and show you how to optimize your retirement plan as a whole. Purchase number 4, high-fee financial products and investments. Fees are a silent killer of your retirement wealth. Whether it's a 2% annual fee or hidden commissions inside of an annuity, high costs can compound over time, just like your return should be. Over 20 years, that fee could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost growth. So what's the solution? Know what you own, understand it, and know what you're paying for. Make sure you're getting value out of your advisor. In our Red Zone retirement planning process, we perform a fee audit and shift to low-cost, tax-efficient investments when appropriate. As I always say, your money shouldn't have to work overtime just to pay someone else's commission. Make sure your strategy is aligned with your goals and you're getting value from the plan that you have in place. Purchase number 5, excessive gifts and family financial support. This is a tough one, I know. You love your kids, you want to help them, but there is a difference between helping and enabling. Poor retirees often feel obligated to say yes every time to their kids, but that short-term generosity can lead to long-term insecurity for those that you love the most. Here's how the wealthy clients that I work with handle it. They set an annual gift budget. They communicate it clearly, and they prioritize their own sustainability first and foremost. Because as I always tell clients, if you go broke, you can't help anyone. We also often create legacy accounts or family funds with defined limits for our clients. That way we know at the onset of our planning process how much money we need to leave behind for the legacy support. That's how you support your loved ones and protect yourself. Purchase number 6, premium healthcare and unnecessary medical procedures. Healthcare fears drive many retirees to overbuy insurance and say yes to every single policy and option out there and yes to every test and treatment that's available. But extensive coverage or redundant healthcare plans on top of Medicare can cost you thousands of dollars per year with no benefit. What should you do instead? Well, you should work with a Medicare consultant. In our Red Zone retirement planning process, we review your total healthcare strategy each and every year, not just your insurance. And we make sure that you're not wasting money on policies that don't add value to your overall security. This helps you feel safe, but it doesn't add any extra cost. Peace of mind in retirement comes from clarity, not from overspending out of fear. Purchase number 7 that I see, expensive hobbies and recreational equipment. Boats, RV, multiple golf memberships. They all sound like fun, and they are, trust me, until they go unused and they start costing hundreds of dollars every month in storage, insurance, and fees. Wealthy retirees make a different choice. They test hobbies before investing into them big. They look for enjoyment after every dollar that they're spending. They budget for these activities like any other expense. If your hobby creates freedom, connection, joy, that's awesome. But if it creates stress, bills, and regret for you, then it's time to reevaluate how you're spending your dollars. Consider renting a vacation property instead of purchasing it, or renting the RV before you actually go and purchase one. Doing these things may save you thousands of dollars in the long run. The last purchase here is impulse purchases and retail therapy. These are really sneaky ones. The daily Amazon orders, the late night TV commercials that you have to have, the little treats that slowly wreck your retirement cash flow. The shift here, it's a behavioral one. You need to track your spending, give yourself fun money each and every month. Use tools that your planner should provide you and automation to reduce the temptation that you may be feeling. In retirement, boredom often becomes the biggest threat to your money. Find fulfilling activities that don't require spending at every turn. Volunteering, mentoring, learning new skills. All of these can enrich your retirement life without depleting your wallet. Now that we've identified these 8 destroying purchases, let me walk you through how to implement spending habits that actually can preserve your wealth and support a stress-free retirement that you deserve. This is where the rubber meets the road. Awareness is the very first step. But what really changes your life is action that you need to take. Here's exactly how I coach clients through this inside of our process. The first thing that we do is create category-specific spending limits. Most retirees just have one big number. Here's what I can spend this month or this year. But that's way too vague. Instead, we assign dollars to specific things that you're going to spend money on, such as your needs, which is housing, healthcare, taxes, and insurance. Anything that keeps a roof over your head and food in your stomach. We create the needs strategy to be covered by fixed income sources. That way, if there's a market downturn, you're not left broke. In addition to that, the wants that you have in retirement, such as travel, leisure, hobbies, gifts, these things are covered by your variable expenses. That way, if there is a market downturn, we can scale back a little bit of how we're spending. This is how I like to break down budgeting for my clients. It's intentional and it's relatively easy to follow in retirement, and it brings massive peace of mind. It turns reactive spending into proactive spending. If you need a more detailed budget, you can do that outside of this planning process. The second thing that we do is we use age-adjusted income buckets. In our Red Zone retirement planning process, we align your money with the timeline inside of your life. So your go-go years, this is the first 10 years of your retirement. These are funded from conservative sources of income because this is money that you're going to be spending now. You're going to be more active during your go-go years, spending more money on travel and leisure. Then in your slow-go years, which is years 10 to 20 of your retirement, those years are funded with moderately investment accounts with some growth potential, but also we focus on the downside protection that you have. During this slow go phase, we often see clients spend a little less money on travel and leisure because you don't have the energy to do those things. And then we move on to the no-go years. Again, this is the last 10 years of retirement when really you're not doing much travel, you're not doing many activities. That money is invested in long-term growth-oriented investments because we need to have that money beat inflation over the long term. Why do we do that? Because you have to match the level of risk inside of your investment strategy with when you're going to actually spend the money. This helps you reduce stress, increase clarity, and avoid panic selling when the markets fluctuate. This bucketed approach helps you avoid overspending early in retirement because we have your fixed income needs covered by guaranteed sources of income and your wants covered by variable sources of income. What it also helps you do for the people that have trouble spending is it helps you from underliving, which means spending less than you can, which is a key issue that many wealthy retirees have. What we then do with clients is differentiate the wants that they have from actual needs that they have. In real time, this may sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful mental shifts in retirement that you can have. When you're working, your income replaces your spending mistakes. In retirement, your spending mistakes subtract from your future freedom that you can possibly have. So before every big purchase, you need to ask yourself, is this a need or is this a want? Will this add lasting value to my life? What would I have to give up in the future in order to make this purchase today? This is where we help clients build personal decision filters, one that aligns the spending that they have with the goals, values, and financial longevity that they need. You next have to calculate the true cost of major purchases. A $25,000 vehicle purchase, it just doesn't cost $25,000. It could represent $50,000 of potential future growth. We encourage clients to look at every purchase in terms of portfolio withdrawals required to cover this cost, not just the price tag that you're looking at. For example, if your safe withdrawal rate is 4% and you want to buy something that costs $10,000, that's a $250,000 asset hit over a 25-year time horizon when compounded. It matters. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness, and awareness leads to smarter choices. You should also automate your core spending strategy. The best retirees don't rely on discipline alone. They rely on systems. This is exactly why we set up structured income plans with direct deposits, investment withdrawals, and of course, tax withholding. We even set up travel and gift accounts for our clients, so there's less friction for them and more freedom. When your system is set up to serve your plan rather than your emotions, you make better decisions without having to think about spending money all the time. Of course, you need to review and adjust these things regularly. No plan survives contact with real life. That's why the wealthiest, calmest retirees that we have review their plans with us every 6 months, and they make small adjustments as needed. Think of it like tuning a high-performance car. You don't need to rebuild the engine each and every year. You just need to make sure everything's running the way it should be running. In our Red Zone retirement reviews that we do, we help clients identify any spending creep that they're having, adjust for inflation, factor for life changes and goal changes that they have. Of course, we have to rebalance their income buckets each and every year. This is ongoing stewardship that we provide to our clients, and it creates lasting peace of mind for them and for the next generation as well. We like to say that we're investing in meaning, not just stuff. Here's that financial mindset shift for you. The retirees who live the richest lives, they're not always the ones who spend the most money. They're the ones who align their spending with the purpose that they want to have. We regularly encourage clients to spend freely on things that create lasting joy for them. So think of things like time with your grandkids, health and wellness, involvement in the community, travel with intention, and experiences with those that you love that build memories. At the same time, we help clients cut back on the status-driven, stress-induced, or impulsive purchases that don't move the needle for their happiness. In retirement, less clutter often equals more contentment. So what's the key takeaway for you here? Retirement isn't about restriction, it's about prioritization. When you have a spending strategy that's built on purpose, powered by a plan, and adjusted with intention, you don't just preserve your wealth, you preserve your peace of mind. And that's what real wealth in retirement is. Freedom from stress, freedom from fear, and freedom to focus on what matters the most to you. So now that you understand the 8 purchases that separate wealthy retirees from struggling ones, you can make informed spending decisions that preserve, not destroy, your retirement security. If you want help developing a spending strategy that protects your wealth while still allowing you to enjoy your golden years, please fill out the questionnaire in the description. I'll send you a personalized video breaking down your exact situation, and I'll show you how to plan your dream retirement the way hundreds of other families already have through our Red Zone retirement planning process. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.